Chelsea currently third and 6 points below Man City, and they were talking earlier about the impact of N'Golo Kante, and I think there's also a stat that says, he started 7 matches, subbed in 2, and every game that he's played in, Chelsea haven't lost. So not having him as a starting 11, or not being able to rely on that, how much of an impact do you think that's going to cause the club?
I think it's a massive one. N'Golo Kante is like one of those players that I think any club, if he plays for any club and he's not on the starting 11 or he's not on the pitch, you're missing someone big there, because he's such a presence in terms of being able to add a bit of steel into your midfield, and especially in games in the festive period when legs start to get tired, and that can somehow affect your state of mind in terms of being lethargic, right? But Kante is the kind of guy that even if he's physically tired, his state of mind remains unaffected, and he's still going to give you 110% of the pitch. So yeah, but ultimately he's a human being, right? And you've got to manage a human being like that. And like Thomas Tuchel alluded to in the press conference, if you've got to rest him, then you've got to rest him. Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that, Amit?
I mean, you'll see Conte smiling regardless, but it's great to see in the PC when asked about Conte, Tuchel said that he talked to Conte whether or not he wants to play, and Conte insists on playing and not wanting to miss the fixtures. I think it goes back to how great of a player N'Golo Kante is. And then, like he said, any team would be lucky to have him on the pitch playing.
Yep. Also moving forward in the January, coming up with the upcoming fixtures, Mendy is off to AFCON, of course. How much is that going to affect the team in their title race as well, with Kepa in goal?
That could be a big one, Reem.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say, because Mendy has been like it's all the focus in the Premier League is always on Edison and Alisson, right? But realistically, there are a couple of other goalkeepers that I think deserve a lot more credit. I think Meslier of Leeds is a tremendous young goalkeeper, but Edouard Mendy has been immense since he joined Chelsea, and I think his departure in January could really put a dent, but it remains to be seen. Because to be fair to Kepa, whenever he's been asked to step up in recent times, he's done okay. But that's different from playing in a sustained period of games, right?
That's true, yeah.
So that's a tricky one for Chelsea. Yeah.
I mean, they have Champions League round of 16. They're in the Carabao Cup, as well as, of course, the Premier League moving forward. We talk about Chelsea's squad depth, but that is slowly dwindling, of course, with COVID, with injuries. Can we still see them challenging at the highest level?
No, Rim. Especially when they drew against Man United, Chelsea haven't been the same side.
Yeah.
Okay, not discrediting their injury woes and, of course, COVID. But I've heard recently that they wanted to offload 2 of their players, Hakim Ziyech and, of course, Timo Werner, which I thought was out of this world, I mean, getting to the context. But I think it would be hard for them. They have to prioritize which competition they want to win the most. They just won the Champions League last season. Of course, it would be great to do a repeat, but you have to ask the boss, Roman Abramovich, which competition do you want to win the most? So you have to prioritize at this moment which squad do you want to play to win, and which competition do you want to play to expose your younger players or your fringe players. It would be hard to challenge all 3 competitions.
No, for sure. And moving forward to that as well, do you see in the January transfer window, are they going to bring back some of their loan players, or are they, expecting to sign anyone new?
Yeah, that midfield is a bit of a thin one, right? I think Saul Niguez is the name that they brought in over the summer with the view of him being an incredible backup player, but I don't think that has worked. He has really struggled to find his momentum at Chelsea so far. And that midfield line can sometimes be left looking very thin when they've got a number of injuries. I won't be surprised if they dip into the market for that position. I don't know what they're going to do with Saul. I don't know if there's a possibility of cutting his loan spell short, because obviously it hasn't worked out. It's crazy, because when you look at Chelsea, they've got so many exceptional players that are playing on loan away at other clubs. Conor Gallagher is an example.
Can they call him back?
I highly doubt it.
It's a season-long loan.
I'm not sure. If it's possible, I'm pretty sure Thomas Tuchel is considering it already. But yeah, that midfield position is, I think, something they will try to strengthen a little bit more.
I think it will be very hard to get new players with not only Chelsea, but teams in the entirety of Europe is having to face the same thing. It will be hard for them to let their players go as well.